Radical.
Well, the Clippers got one on them, which is pretty impressive when you look at these stats. The Suns, in the last 11 games, are 10-1. They are 10-1. I think they have the best, of the remaining teams, they sure do. The Bucks, the Hawks, they got the best win percentage of the remaining teams. And they got Chris Paul, they got DeAndre Ayton, and they got Devin Booker. They got a great team. Are they better than the Bucks? That's what you got to ask. That's my prediction. I mean, I'm not going on a limb here, especially after seeing that destruction that the Bucks laid down, the smack that they laid down on the Hawks. I guess they were tired of getting embarrassed by Trey, so they warmed up that ice tray and threw him in the trash. But hey, you know what? That's going to be the finals. Bucks and Suns. Few thoughts on that. And, you can feel free to disagree with me in the comment section down below. There's some people that think, the Hawks might come back on the Bucks. I get that. I understand that. I don't think that's a smart prediction, especially seeing what really the Bucks are capable of. The Bucks, are they consistent in their postseason? Not like the Suns, but they're a very, very dangerous team. They're a very dangerous team. That's why I think they're going to make it to the finals in the East. As far as the West, again, this Suns team, I don't know if I would say it's all because of injuries. Some people might say, hey, you know what? They won this series against the Clippers because Kawhi Leonard is out and not playing. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think they still probably would have won this series. Now, this would be big for the Suns if they went to the finals. It would be their first trip to the finals in almost 30 years. Almost 30 years. A lot of people really want to see Chris Paul get his ring. I would say, being the point god, he doesn't need to go down in history as one of the best point guards to never win himself at least one ring. Certain players with their dedication, and Chris, he's kind of a dirty player at times. I'm not saying he's a clean player. He's kind of a dirty player, but you can't question the point god, okay? He's one of the best point guards in the game right now, currently. You look at Steph Curry, you look at LeBron, you look at Damian Lillard. I would say, though, the best players are all out right now. Harden, Durant, Curry, LeBron, all the best players. Arguably, maybe the best 6-7 players right now in the league are no longer in the playoffs. It's going to be a weird finals, like the Suns and the Bucks. I mean, a lot of people say, okay, the Bucks, they have their time due. I mean, they've been closer, and they got, of course, the two-time MVP from not these years but previous years in Giannis. But the Suns, that's a team that we're not used to actually having in the conversations. So the Suns will definitely go to the finals. I don't see the Clippers mounting a comeback. I know Ty Lue's a great coach, but I just don't consistently see playoff P, pandemic P, not being George Paul. And towards the end there, he was, for the game he was, 5-20 I see here, and I don't think he can really keep it up. It was admirable what he did in a couple of these games, but he can't keep that up, and you can't blame him. I mean, he's Paul George, okay? He's great in the regular season. When it comes to the playoffs, he's just not clutch. He's not super clutch consistently. Now, this game was kind of ugly. This game was kind of ugly because it was 80-84, I believe was the final score. Let's put that in comparison. The Bucks had 77 points. They had 77 points in the first half of their game against the Hawks. So, I don't know what to say. This was really anyone's game for the taking. It wasn't a blowout. It was close. There was a couple calls. I think there was a couple calls that maybe are questionable, but you could probably say that either way. I didn't see the whole game. I saw the last couple quarters. I'm not surprised at all. I'm just surprised that it was such a low scoring game, but I'm not surprised the Suns took 3-1 lead. I would not be at all surprised this ends in the next game. Maybe the Clippers could push it to 6, just, to have some respect. To be respectful, they need to push it to 6, I think. Because if they lose in 5, it's just going to kind of look bad even with Kawhi out. So hopefully it goes 6 or 7 games, but yeah, Clippers are done. They had a good season. They did. I mean, very good season. Not a failure of a season. We saw a lot of things about the Clippers, especially Pat Bev towards the end. We saw a lot of bright spots. So maybe they come back next year fully healthy. And they're probably better than the Lakers if you look at how they're built. LeBron's getting older. I'd say this Clippers team, I want to see the Battle of LA next year. They do want to see that with 2 healthy LA teams. But my prediction is, of course, the Suns and the Bucks. How do you think the Suns match up against the Bucks? How do you think that's going to go down? Leave it in the comment section down below. I think it's just kind of crazy how this season is shaping up with all the injuries, with all the surprises, with all the shocks. It's been really entertaining to watch.